Some relationships don't end because of hate. They end because one moment reveals everything. I still remember the first time I saw her. It wasn't planned. It wasn't dramatic. It was just a normal day that didn't know it was about to change my mindset forever. We met through mutual space. Not a party, not an app. Just a simple accidental meeting. And then it happened. Eye contact. Not the romantic movie-type stare. It was calm, curious, comfortable. The kind of look that makes you feel seen without words. Her eyes didn't smile loudly, they observed. Mine didn't flirt, they searched. For a few seconds, the world slowed down. We talked. Light talk, safe talk. No flirting, no fake confidence. Just two people trying not to overthink the moment. She smiled softly when she spoke. I listened more than I talked. That was my first mistake. Because when you listen too much, people assume you'll always understand. Before leaving, there was that pause. The should we silence. I asked for her number. She hesitated. Just for a second, then nodded. That nod felt like a green signal to something I didn't fully understand yet. That night I saved her contact but didn't text immediately. I wanted it to feel respectful. I wanted to do it right. She texted first. Nothing special. Just reached home, but I smiled like it meant something big. From that night, conversations started flowing. Slowly, naturally. No rush. No late-night promises. Just daily check-ins, shared thoughts, random laughs. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into 50 days of talking. 50 days of building comfort without meeting again. 50 days of emotional familiarity without physical closeness. I thought this was maturity. I thought this was how real connections are made. I didn't know yet that comfort without clarity can become confusion. And confusion is dangerous when emotions are involved. I had no idea that the moment I thought would bring us closer would actually end everything. And it all started with that first look. Sometimes the longest relationships begin without ever meeting. After that first day, we didn't rush anything. No promises, no flirting that crossed limits. Just words. One message turned into two. Two into conversations that lasted till midnight. For 50 days we talked about life, mistakes, dreams we never told anyone. She listened. I spoke carefully. I started waiting for her replies more than I should have. We never met again during those days. No dates, no photos. No calls at first, just texts that slowly became voice notes. I told myself this was safe. This is how real connections grow, I believed. But something was changing inside me. I began imagining moments that hadn't happened yet. Her laugh, her reactions, her presence beside me. She would disappear for hours sometimes, then return like nothing happened. I ignored that feeling in my chest. I called it trust. Every night ended the same way. Me staring at the phone, waiting for the last message. I didn't realize it then, but I was already emotionally ahead of her, and that imbalance was quietly building the mistake that would end everything. Some decisions feel right only because you haven't paid the price yet. By the 50th day, the words were no longer enough. We knew each other's routines. Her mood from a single my silence when I was tired. The distance that once felt safe started to feel strange, like something unfinished. She suggested we meet again. Not a date, she said, just a normal meetup. I agreed too quickly. I told myself it was natural. 50 days of talking deserved one honest moment face to face. The day came quietly. No excitement, no nervous jokes. Just a strange calm, the kind that feels heavy, not peaceful. When I saw her, the eye contact was different this time. Longer, deeper. It wasn't awkward. That's what scared me. We talked like we always did, but now the silence between words had weight. Every pause said something neither of us spoke. I noticed things I couldn't through a screen. How she looked around often. How she smiled, but not fully. Still, I ignored the signs. I wanted the story to move forward. At the end of the meetup, there was a moment. One step too close. 1 second too long. I didn't plan it. I didn't ask. I leaned in. The kiss happened fast. Quiet, soft, and wrong in a way I didn't understand yet. She pulled back first. Not angry, not shocked. Just distant. She smiled and said, "We should go." That's when I felt it. The shift. A line had been crossed. And only one of us knew it. The next morning felt heavier than the night before. I woke up early, staring at my phone, replaying everything again and again. The kiss wasn't long. It wasn't dramatic, but it crossed a line we never talked about. Her replies were shorter now. No emojis, no warmth, just silence between words. When we finally met again, something was missing. The easy eye contact was gone. She sat across from me, but emotionally, she was already far away. "I think we moved too fast," she said quietly. I tried to explain. I said I misunderstood the moment. I said it wouldn't happen again. She nodded, but I could see it. Trust doesn't break loudly. It breaks softly. That kiss didn't bring us closer. It showed her something she didn't want to see. And showed me a truth I was avoiding. Some mistakes don't need bad intentions to end something good. By the time we stood up to leave, I already knew. This wasn't a pause. It was the beginning of the end. We didn't argue. That's what surprised me the most. There was no shouting, no blame, no dramatic accusations. Just two people sitting quietly, realizing they wanted different things from the same moment. She spoke first. "I don't think I'm ready for this kind of connection," she said, her voice steady but distant. "I liked you, but that kiss changed how I feel." I wanted to defend myself, to explain that it wasn't pressure. It wasn't expectation, just a misunderstanding of closeness. But some explanations arrived too late. I nodded, not because I fully agreed, but because I finally understood. Comfort can turn into fear when timing is wrong. I told her the truth, that I enjoyed the conversations, that those 50 days meant something to me. But I also admitted my mistake. "I should have waited," I said. She looked relieved, not happy, not sad, just relieved. And that hurt more than anger ever could. We stood up. No hugs, no promises to stay friends. Just a quiet goodbye that respected the damage already done. As I walked away, I felt empty, but lighter. Some endings don't break you. They teach you. That day, I learned something I'll never forget. Attraction needs patience. Connection needs consent. And one moment can decide everything. That was the end of us. And the beginning of me understanding boundaries. Days passed after that goodbye. No messages. No checking last seen. No late-night overthinking texts typed and deleted. At first, silence felt heavy. But slowly it started to feel honest. I replayed everything in my mind, not to blame her, but to understand myself. Where I rushed. Where I assumed. Where I confused attraction with readiness. That first day of dating wasn't bad because she rejected me. It was bad because I forgot something important. Consent isn't only spoken. It's felt. The eye contact was real. The talks were real. The connection felt real. But readiness wasn't. And that gap, between emotion and timing, is where things broke. I stopped seeing it as her loss or my embarrassment. It became a lesson I paid for early so I wouldn't repeat it later. Now, when I think of dating, I don't think of kisses first. I think of comfort, safety, space. Because the right person won't feel pressured by closeness. They'll lean into it, naturally. That first day didn't end a relationship. It shaped how I'll respect the next one. And honestly, I'm grateful it happened early, before deeper damage could be done. I didn't become cold after that experience. I became clearer. Before her, I believed connection meant moving forward whenever feelings appeared. After her, I understood something deeper. Not every green signal is permission. Looking back, the mistake wasn't the kiss alone. It was assuming closeness without confirmation. It was letting comfort replace clarity. That first day of dating didn't break me. It corrected me. Now, when I meet someone new, I don't rush silence. I don't confuse eye contact with intent. I let moments breathe. Because the right connection never feels rushed. It never feels confusing. And it never leaves one person questioning what went wrong. Some lessons arrive gently. Others arrive early, so they don't arrive late and destroy more. That day gave me one thing I'll always carry. Respect first. Patience always. And that's where this story truly ends.